I just found the next 100X again, and it goes live tomorrow. We are talking about the Genesis launch on Virtual's protocol. If you've been following me for the past couple of weeks, you already know how much we are on fire over here, and we just hit a 100X, which was the last play to go live on the Virtual's protocol Genesis launch, which was Actual Rod. Told you guys how that will do just over 100X. It did a 102X. And right there, guys, that's 102X. I'm projecting this particular launch to do a minimum 50X and a maximum of just over 100X, just over 100X. Yes, that's why they call me Mr. 100X. That's just what it is. This project was set to go live today, but something super bullish took place. So let's get on with the content. But before we do that, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, like, but more importantly, smash the bell notification buttons, because videos like this is truly going to put you ahead of the pack when it comes to the next best thing in crypto. That's the name of the game. You must see value before the rest of the market agrees something is valuable. Why? Because they're going to pump your bags. Okay, that's the name of the game. So let's get on with the program, guys. Right here is the project in query. They probably just went live to pledge. Yeah, and it's right here. They just went live to pledge. Like literally probably a couple of seconds. Literally seconds. Well, 2 minutes, okay? So it's Arbus, and this process started yesterday where people were coming to the Virtual's website to then pledge for Arbus, and then something very bullish took place where they had to stop it and then reschedule it for today. So once again, this is the moment in time, guys. This one's going to be crazy. It might very well be the most oversubscribed and the most contributed project on the Genesis launch, like the most participants. I could see that. Look at this, guys. Already it's going to be oversubscribed like by probably 9,000, 8,000%. Okay, so those are bullish telltale signs here, right? That means people are super duper interested into this project, and for good reason. Just remember who you heard from first. We told you guys about this project before anybody was really talking about them. I just don't see how Axelrod does not hit 50X here. Okay, guys, so there is a project that's upcoming, and I've been doing some research on them, and this one is very, 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 very interesting, okay? So a little quick overview on what they do here. Arbus is in a couple of videos I did before, okay? But nonetheless, I want to go over why they had to reschedule, and let's just visit the official, announcement here from the Virtuals team briefly. We're not going to read this entire thing. But Arbus got an upgrade. After Axelrod, Arbus AI will become the next project to receive a protocol-backed airdrop, a reflection of a long-term conviction and commitment to launch integrity. Hence, we're relaunching Arbus. What happens next? All previously pledged Virtuals and points will be fully refunded. Virtuals protocol sponsoring 42,000 Virtual to buy Arbus on the open market. Okay? So, what's essentially happening here, guys, is this is like Virtuals is collaborating with Arbus to have a much more healthier token launch, right? Now, I also touched up on this topic yesterday on Twitter. And by the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, you are truly missing out on exclusive ass alpha. So head on over to Twitter at the Crypto Life 7 and follow me there. But we're not going to read this entire thing, but let's just go and read about here. It seems the Virtuals team is now actively supporting Arbus by purchasing 42,000 units of Virtuals worth of Arbus, currently worth over $80,000. This is huge because it essentially means the upcoming launch is directly backed by Virtuals, similar to the support Axelrod received, but slightly different for the better. As a result, we can expect to see a potentially higher starting market cap, especially with Virtuals committing to snipe that initial amount, which means snipers waiting for this launch will be forced to buy in much higher than they normally do at a token generation event, aka TGE. Now, what exactly do we mean by this? Okay, so Axelrod, when I referenced to Axelrod, I meant that how the Virtuals team will be giving some of the supply that they snipe, okay, when Arbus goes live to the Virtual stakers, like what they did with Axelrod. However, they didn't snipe Axelrod, or they didn't make the first purchase of Axelrod when it went live, but they did give Virtual stakers Axelrod. So that's what I meant, right? So with Arbus now, Virtual stakers will also get Arbus, but what's even more bullish on Axelrod in the sense of how they went about that launch, Virtuals never bought the first transaction or the first buy of Axelrod. Why is that important? Because if you are the first to buy on that transaction, that means you got it at the cheapest and the market cap could significantly rise, okay? So this is where snipers will come in. So for example, when this token goes live after the pledging, snipers are waiting to try to buy it first the moment it hits the market. But since virtuals are going to be the ones to buy that now means the snipers are going to come in after them, which then now means $80,000 after the virtuals team buys, pumps the price up with a market cap, then the snipers come in. So you have this extra cushion of, price action that wasn't there before. And, when a sniper gets into these, new launches, what do? They are bound to sell every single damn token like in minutes, or if not the longest, 24 hours, right? That's how they do it. So to know that how that token now, the $80,000 worth or 42,000 units of virtuals worth of Arbus is going to stakers where they're incentivized to hold those tokens, which aren't going to be in the hands of snipers now, who we know are guaranteed are going to offload, right? Now we got true community members who are staking the virtuals, holding Arbus, and they also have something to think about. If they want to sell the Arbus, they would not get future airdrops. But this is bullish not just because of that. Now that's a tokenomics standpoint. It's bullish because the virtuals is essentially now backing them by forfeiting or investing $80,000, right? So virtuals really sees this project in high regard. So that's really good. Arbus literally now is a tier 1 project. Okay, guys. So very, very, very exciting stuff. And yeah, look, I'm gonna make my exact price prediction. I'm gonna make on Twitter, but I would also make one right here. As I said, like legit, guys, this thing is going to go over 100x from the Genesis launch starting market cap, which is, if we kind of like look at what that is right now, we'll see the market cap right now is 190K. Okay, virtuals did dip down a little bit, and that's why it went down. So all we need right now is for Arbus to do, 20 million or 19.5 million market cap. And that right there is 100x. And with the things I just mentioned to you of virtuals being the first, essentially virtuals now is like the good sniper. They're coming in, they're sniping first, but they're not going to sell. They're going to give it to community members who are staking. Okay, guys? So that's really cool there. Let's carry on and see what else we have for you over here. More bullish news coming out from Arbus, right? So what they did here was they actually updated their tokenomics. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but before it was a 14-day lock, right? So if you were to come to Arbus, you would have seen right here, instead of 30, 40, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are oversubscribed already. No duh. Like, come on, bro. Like, guys, this is going to print. Listen, this is probably going to go to, like, say, a 25 million market cap. 25, 27 million market cap, something like that, bro. It's going to be redonkulous, okay? So, yeah. I'm excited for that launch, bro. Where are we? So right here, okay, they went from 14 to 30, as I said. Right here, they say 30. It was 14 before. So now the token release has been pushed further down the line, also boding very well for community members and token holders of Arbus. So cliffs extended from 14 to 30 days, designed for long-term trust and commitment. Full breakdowns over here, okay, guys? So that's also great to see. And what else do we have over here? Yeah, this is just them saying less than an hour to go. And as you guys already know, it is, currently oversubscribed already, guys. What can I say, man? We got some really good times ahead of us. And I'm just really relieved and happy to see that how there's opportunities, and really gotta tip my hat to the virtuals team, because they're constantly reiterating on the fly, and that is a key attribute of any founder that you want to see. So really appreciate what those guys are doing over there, man. Once again, Arbus is your next 100x. This is the updated video. Now, a lot of people are asking me, how do we go about getting points? And I showed you guys how to get points, and that could get very in-depth. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm not necessarily going to show you that in this video, because this is just a quick update video to show you guys what is happening. But essentially, to get points, as I said, right? Let me just share my screen here, and I'm not going to go into in-depth detail, because this video could be like another 40 minutes, but yapping points. You need to yap, guys, YAP essentially means you linking your X account by clicking this button, okay, and connecting your wallet here, and then you'll sync in your X account. Start just talking about like the virtuals ecosystem. Leave $ virtuals, and their ecosystem projects as well. What's the tickers over there, right? And that's it. It's very simple. It's the easiest way and low risk way to get points. You get about like, on average, people are getting about 9,000 a day just for like simply speaking their mind on how they feel about the virtuals ecosystem. Join Genesis launches, of course. If you join the launches, then you get points. Buy more Genesis agents. This is just like aftermarket. So when Arbus goes live tomorrow, you could buy it and you get points if you hold. Buy more virtuals agents, which is just the regular agents or the already existing ones like Vader, Luna, AIXBT, etc. You could stake virtuals, all right? So I showed you guys that I'm also staking over 5,000 units of virtuals. Click this button to stake it. Stake Vader. Click this button to stake Vader. This way is probably a streamlined way to get points. It's just something that comes into your balance or your wallet, let's say, every day. Opposed to, say, trenching, which is, it's okay if that's what you want to do to get points. But with trenching, you don't know what to expect every single day. And I feel like you're second guessing. So with these two ways you're staking, it's like a streamlined way and a calculated way to know what you're going to get pretty much every day. The number is for the most part the same, okay? Unless a shit ton of people comes into the pools and dilute it, then, it goes down a bit. Right? Staked recognized agents, hodled agents, and all that jazz, guys. I hope that makes sense. And I would actually dedicate a video to show you exactly how to earn these points. Maybe I'll go live and we'll do it that way as well, guys. Be prepared. Look, and I want to say this too. Yes, this system entails max allocation and you're capped. The most anybody could get is 566 units. That's just on or about $1,000, probably slightly below now. But also, that means that how the ticket sizes could be very small in terms of like, let's say something 100Xs and you don't have, that much points, but you have some points. And let's just say for argument's sake, you got $50 worth of allocation of Arbus. But if this 100Xs, your $50 times 100 is now worth $5,000. So I don't know how you could complain about flipping 50 into 5,000. And let's just say you were able, let's just say, I don't know, you had 20,000 points or some, maybe 10, 5,000, some small amount. And let's just say you got $5 worth of allocation or $10 worth of allocation. It doesn't matter because your $5 is now worth $500, bro. It's all about scaling here. And you can use that $500 and probably turn that $500 into more money. That's the name of the game. You want to always compound your gains. And you want your money to work for you and multiply on its own. And whether you're getting like the max allocation here or you're getting a smaller ticket size, 100X, 50X, 20X is always going to be constant no matter how big or small your ticket size were. Okay, I really want to drill that in your heads. And once again, I'll do some live streams in the future so we could talk about this in real time. So you know what? Ain't really much left to say other than until the next video. Guarantee I'm probably going to tell y'all I told y'all so again when this thing 100Xs on the same day or within 24 hours. Okay, on TGE, it's going to 100X, go past over 19.5 million. I'm guessing around, as I said, the 23, 25 million market cap. Okay, guys, let's see what happens.
Francis Dune, Uncensored.